Alright guys, we're here at just before Stormgate Citadel, before we fight a fucking castle. So, here why don't we go ahead and go over our setups and all. Carver, Trio, and Millie maybe gained a level or two since last time. I did a lot of traveling and all that. We did change some jobs. Not by much though. Carver's got a little bit higher in martial arts. Trio's still a priest. But Millie's now a warrior now to get to armamentalist eventually. So she's got some good HP, but her MP's kind of bad. That's okay though. She has methods to make things work out okay, and she also can attack okay now. She's never really going to be a great attacker, at least as far as I can tell, but she does okay. So for item setup, I don't think we got any. Well, we did get some new gear. We got some new legendary gear anyway. For Carver, the only important thing really is the Yggdrasil leaf. For Trio, he's got all of the legendary gear now, which of course I went to the Fashion Forge and got it all pretty. Eventually I'm going to need it for the fashion contest and all that. So, got all the legendary stuff. Yiggleaf is important, and maybe the magic water. That's about it. As for Millie's got her the same gear as before. The only important one is going to be the Staff of Ghent, Yiggleaf, and maybe a prayer ring or magic water if she needs the MP. That's about it. So that's it for our item setup. This fight can go really easy or really hard depending what it decides to do. If it uses magic barrier, the fight's going to take a while. But if it doesn't, well, we got it in the bag for the most part. See, I've mentioned this last time in the last challenge run, but whenever it uses magic barrier, it has extra resistances to statuses, which include sap, but also knuckle sandwich. And if it doesn't do the resistance to knuckle sandwich, well, knuckle sandwich will be used over and over and get through them very fast. That's the hope anyway. But anyway, beam us up, Scotty. I'm gonna fast forward a little. Because it's boss time against the fucking castle, like I said. So first things first, I gotta remember to take off the tactics that I had on them. And we're going to just knuckle up. He's gonna knuckle. He is going to use kabuff, and she is going to start us off with what was it? You know, I hate this. Sometimes I forget immediately, but oh, she's gonna oomph him. That's what. I was debating on what I wanted to do because I was like, wait, do I double kabuff or do I oomph now? All right. Just keep trying to knuckle sandwich. It has a 15% resistance to it naturally. You're going to go ahead and give it a hustle. You're going to take over kabuff duties. Very good. And there's the damage. All right, we're going to have to keep hustling. Just wail as much as you can. As soon as it decides to use magic barrier, we're going to have to get off of knuckle sandwich. If it decides to use magic barrier. I had a test run where it didn't matter. And we're okay now. Kabuff is done. You can knuckle. You can now try to sap. As soon as it uses magic barrier, you can't use sap anymore, basically, because it reduces it to such a low amount, it's not worth it. And since you got sap up, why don't you use your own is it insulate or magic barrier? Which should we do? We'll use our own magic barrier. Help us with the swoosh, at least. Sap missed. That's fine. Keep knuckling, keep sapping, and now you could use insulate. I don't know if insulate helps with some of the wind stuff it has, but just in case it does. It doesn't really have a breath attack, but I just figured get all the buffs in there. Keep knuckling, keep sapping, because 2 saps would do wonders. And you could oomph Trio to get him ready. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Now you could just attack, and she could just start the healing. Ah, you miss. That's fine. Yeah, at this point, they're fine. Trio has a good attack, so he may as well help out with the damage. And Millie doesn't have the attack, but she can support very easily now, thanks to just the Staff of Ghent. We're going to get through this guy really fast. Because that's 280 damage and 300... It's 500... Yeah, basically practically over 600 damage. Jeez. 300 damage a turn. It didn't have a chance. But that's it for the Stormgate Citadel. Wasn't as bad as it could have been. I had a test run where it magic barriered right in the beginning, and it took a lot longer because I couldn't use knuckle sandwich. So it really just depends on your luck. I will see you at, well, the next gauntlet here after for Stormgate here. Okay, guys, we're here at the start of the Stormgate Citadel Gauntlet. So this one we might actually lose in the beginning, depending how our luck is. Seriously, it really depends, because you could have some really bad luck in the beginning. But we're going to have to play this very carefully, either way. Because the first fight is one of the hardest because of how strong the enemies are. But item setup is actually going to matter a little bit more here. So Yig leaves on Carver, that's not really much different. For Trio, he's got a bunch of magic waters in case Millie runs out of MP because she's a warrior right now. But also Yiggly for emergencies because someone might die. I was lucky enough that no one did die on my playthroughs, but still, it got close. As for Millie, the most important thing for her early is to have a Fire Claw, so she has some offense sometimes when Trio's busy with healing us sometimes, because he has the Hustle Dance. If Millie had better MP at the moment, she would be spamming multi-heal instead, but sadly, you don't have that option right now. Staff of Gent might be important, as well as the Prayer Ring and Magic Water as well, depending how things go. But, alright, why don't we go ahead and get the first round started, because this is going to be, like I said, this is the one where things can go wrong. It can be really bad right in the beginning. If Uber Killing Machine decides to be an asshole. Seriously, like, he could just focus down Millie and she just dies. But anyway, it's time to start the first of the gauntlet. For boss time, like Uber Killing Machine and Iron Tortoise. These are just regular enemies, but they're still tough. So, first things first. For the beginning, we're going to have you, let's see, attempt to knuckle sandwich the Uber Killing Machine. And you are going to go ahead and, where is it? Oh, kabuff and kabuff. You got to get that kabuff up. See that damage? That fucking hurts. Good hit, though. Alright. I wish he got some healing out of that knuckle sandwich. Unfortunately, he didn't. But I'm actually going to switch to Falcon Slash to try to get a little bit more self-healing on that. Millie's going to be the fastest to heal, so I'm going to let her do that while you keep kabuffing, and you attempt to go with the Staff of Gent. Unfortunately, they are very fast, too. That does not help us. Okay, this is a case where now Carver is going to use Forbearance because we're in a bit of a pickle here. You are going to hustle, and you are going to set up an oomph on Carver. That's fine. But we needed the healing. This is where Forbearance is actually super useful. Alright, now go back to using Falcon Slash to keep yourself up. I'm going to have him spam Hustle Dance, and she's going to start using Kabuff over and over. Oh, bounces down. Good. But we want to focus down that Uber Killing Machine. Even if the other guy decides to cover him, it's fine. Just get it done. Alright. I don't think I need to spam Hustle, but just in case. And you keep kabuffing until it says you're maxed out. Yeah, this is what I mean. And this is why I'm glad I hustled. Alright, at this point, we're fine. Let me see. The Tortoise has some heavy resistance to Knuckle Sandwich, so you're better off just using Falcon Slash. You can go ahead and use Sap. And why don't you... Let me see. It has reduction to some of these things, so... do you need the MP? Not badly enough, no. Why don't you just send out a Fire Claw? It's something. Yeah, once this guy gets sapped, he's basically screwed. Alright, well, now we can't sap him anymore, but you can join in on the attack. Why don't you help yourself out, and you just Fire Claw. Save some MP. And there you go. Alright, that's the first one. Next up is Terry, who's not too bad. It's only bad if you can't keep up with the healing, but once you have Hustle Dance, it's not going to be an issue. So let's go ahead and fight off Terry. Don't mind me, I'm drinking some water just to keep myself going here because my voice can easily go out with this. But anyway, second boss time against Terry. Alright, for Terry, he has 50% resistance to Knuckle Sandwich, so don't bother. Technically, Double-Edged Slash is a better damaging move, but I'm just going to use Falcon Slash. It's a safer one. And it's time for us to double up on the kabuff. Don't get me wrong, he can get around the kabuff if he wants to, but it definitely helps with most of his attacks. Alright, we got the double kabuff on, you could do this, and you can keep kabuffing. This is where it gets a little ouch. Alright, well, you're set. Actually, at this point, you can afford to double-edge slash. You're going to go ahead and do the hustle. And just to be safe, why don't you Staff of Ghent the trio just in case you go slower. There you go. It's a little weird, but whatever. You can now double-edge slash to your heart's content. Why don't you go ahead and... I don't remember if I buffed Carver. No, I think I did. But go ahead and buff yourself, and you could throw another kabuff up just for shits and giggles. Well, those shits and giggles were short-lived. Alright. Yeah, double hustle. And at this point... you could Fire Claw. It's something. Decent damage, anyway. The double-edged slash then healing is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, you can now just start attacking, and you could just Fire Claw. It's a shame she doesn't have Caprizzle yet, but that's okay. But yeah, we're mostly safe now, so we can afford to just do this way. And you don't have to worry about your HP afterwards either, because we're gonna get a full heal after this. Also, should I get a wipe at any time, I will reset at the point of when we wiped. Yeah, you can just keep it going. We're good. Yeah. Trying to remember. If she had her MP, better MP, I would have her use like Kaboom or a better spell of attack. I think Frizzle though is the best attack because it has the best damage at the moment. I mean, Kazizzle might be actually okay. I'm gonna have you actually hustle just for safety. And why don't you Kazizzle, see if that's any better. A little bit. Not bad. Alright, you gotta buff yourself after this, but that's all. And there you go. There's Terry. Terry's, again, not too bad. He can be a little tricky if you're slow, but we did okay. Dhuran, this is where we're gonna have the hard times. He's gonna give us a nice full heal, though, at least. And an MP up. Here we go. For the third and final of the bosses in this gauntlet, Dhuran. Alright, for this, don't bother with Knuckle Sandwich. It's a 50% chance to miss. So, this is a case where we're going to go with Falcon Slash. We're going to have you go ahead and oomph up Carver, and you are going to kabuff. We're going to be doing at least one buff each, but he can Disruptive Wave if we're not lucky and all. Falcon Slash will keep him slightly extra healed here and there. Okay. That's good. Now that you did that, let me see, we got the buff in, at this point, you're better off just hustling just in case he's here, and she is going to summon up her health. Ow! And we got Tatron. I don't remember what they do. So that's what we have hustle on. Okay. We're buffed up, so we're literally just going to keep spamming this, and she's going to use Fire Claw to help with damage. Thanks for covering Millie. Tatron's probably going to go down, though, if we're not careful. Wish he didn't miss that, but that's okay. But yeah, until he Disruptive Waves us, this is what we're going to be doing, is just over and over. Technically, if Trio would be a better damager, but Millie can at least contribute. And also, Trio is basically healing our summon as well. We actually do want to try to keep our summon alive if possible, because it does actually really help in some of these moments. Ow. We're probably not keeping up with the healing on Tatron, but that's okay. Good damage. The Sweet Breath is useless, but that's okay. It's just another body to be absorbing some hits on, at least. Hasn't disruptive waved us yet. Ah, damn, trio outsped. Alright, there we go. We gotta go back to square one. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna Falcon Slash. We're gonna do what we did in the first round. We're just literally gonna do only one set of buffs because it's not worth over setting up the buffs. It really just isn't. Because of that. But at least he wasted a turn doing so. And we even got that the oomph up, so that's good. Go back to doing that, and you can kabuff. One level of kabuff does help a little, so. It's what I do whenever there's like only a minimum amount of buffs that you can put on. Alright, you can Falcon, Hustle, and I didn't mean to defend. Damn it. Oh well. And he wasted his turns here too. Alright, what we could do here then is, let's see, Falcon, we're going to do what we do usually. But I'm going to try to get rid of that bound soon too, because that'll waste some turns on him. He can waste a turn putting it back up, I mean. I'm going to have you do that this time. Where's Poof? Oh, there it is. Poof is the safe one to use. And for this, yeah, just go with the Fire Claw. Alright. Good damage. No more bound. Hopefully he'll waste a turn using bound instead. But now you're going to go back to doing the hustle. And at this point, we're going to just try to make sure Trio doesn't die, just in case. Uh-huh. Ooh! That got a little dicey, and I'm glad I did that now. Definitely play this conservatively. Let Carver handle most of this. Go back to hustling, and you can Fire Claw. It's unfortunate, though, that he can sometimes randomly outspeed. Alright, we gotta do the rebuffs, then. Well, at least Tatran's staying up with us here. Alright, once again, back to our neutral, I guess you could call it. That's a shame. But at least... Oh! But, wait. Oh, because Tatran covered Carver. Both times. Wow. That's why Carver kept his oomph. I didn't pay attention to that. I gotta remember that. It acts differently depending the game, you know? So, alright, that was a waste of a turn in a way, but it's not a big waste. No, get buffing again. I might need to get her some MP soon, though. Ah, Trio outsped this time. But good damage. And also, that was pretty good, too. Stay hustling and Fire Claw. Ah, come on! Well, it could have been worse. And we got the hustle coming up. Very good. Sweet Breath is amazing, of course. But yeah, since he Disruptive Wave, we do actually have to use that. And you got a kabuff. Alright, that won't be too bad. Alright, good. It could have been worse. Good damage. Alright, good contribution. Now you can go back to hustling, and at this point, I'm going to say go ahead and use a Prayer Ring. I'd rather you not cover Carver, but whatever. Oh, I didn't even need to. Cool. Alright, we got through him. Like I said, that one is a little bit tougher. Again, I'm not job grinding as much because I figured don't need to yet. Try to get through things as we see them. I'll be job grinding probably for the bonus boss 100%. But at this point, we're okay. It's just whatever we run into. So, oh, Ashley? Oh, she revived. I forgot. I thought I killed her off, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut it off here. I'll see you at the next fight.